Several workers not paid for Christmas work activities. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says road safety must remain a top priority despite the country recording a 14% decline in road fatalities. In news from the region, rising crime rate in Trinidad and Tobago angers Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. On the international scene, Vladimir Putin apologizes for Azerbaijan plane crash without saying Russia at fault, while in sport, Reddy's first test ton gives India hope in Australia. The details after this. According to a release from the People's National Party, Councillor for the Maxfield Division in the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, Dennis Gordon, has recused himself and has withdrawn from the Building and Town and Planning Committee. Mr. Gordon has also resigned from the Finance Committee with immediate effect. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, had confirmed that there was a breach at the building constructed by Mr. Gordon's company. Mr. Gordon said the decision was made in recognition of and support of the efforts of the current administration of the KSAMC to strengthen governance procedures. He went on to state that the decision was made even though his company has taken the required steps to regularize the status of the development, as he remains fully committed to upholding and supporting the principles of transparency, accountability and good governance in the administration of the KSAMC. The opposition People's National Party PNP is claiming that the government has failed to make payments for Christmas works that were carried out in several constituencies. According to opposition spokesman on Road and Works Richard Azan, several workers, including women, have not been paid for the annual mitigation and cleanup program.
Workers who work in the constituencies, men and women who have been doing the debushing, cleaning of drain, cleaning of solid waste are not been paid, and they have family also that they would like to make sure that they have a happy Christmas.
Mr. Azan is asserting that there has been no delivery of the $22 million per constituency for the program, and as a result several constituencies are without the promised funds. These include Clarendon, Manchester, St. Mary, St. Anne and St. Andrew. The opposition spokesman on Road and Works says there has been no explanation for the non-payment.
We don't get an apology from the National Work Agency nor the National Solid Waste to say the reason why these payments have not been done. I believe that the National Work Agency, along with the Solid Waste, hold an apologies to the members of Parliament and the men and women who have been out there day and night working to make sure that they are completing their work in time.
Richard Azan, opposition spokesman on Road and Works. Nationwide News has been informed that the police, that the Inspectorate, Professional Oversight Bureau and the Independent Commission of Investigations INDECOM are now investigating the circumstances that led to the police killing of a man on Friday, December 27. The killing reportedly took place in Kingston 7 during an alleged confrontation involving the man and several police officers. According to the police, one CV 9mm pistol with a magazine affixed and 29mm cartridges were recovered from the deceased. A 48-hour curfew is now in effect in sections of Brownstown, Dunkirk, Kingston 16. The curfew, which began at 6 p.m. on Friday, December 27, will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday, December 29. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows: north along an imaginary line from Banana Street to North Avenue, east along West Avenue from North Avenue to Windward Road, south along Windward Road from West Avenue to Wild Street, and west along Wild Street from Windward Road to Banana Street. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says road safety must remain front and center in the minds of motorists, despite the country recording a 14% decline in road fatalities. He issued the warning as part of his review of 2024 from a national security perspective.
Notwithstanding this achievement, we remain intolerant of the high numbers that persist. We continue our work to drive it down. these lives lost could have been prevented. Ladies and gentlemen, road safety is a shared responsibility, and much of what is required to reduce fatal crashes rests with road users themselves. Responsible behavior, adherence to traffic laws, and compliance with road safety principles can and will save lives. During this festive season, we urge every motorist, cyclist, and pedestrian to exercise caution and vigilance on our roads.
Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police. The JCF's Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB, has reported that 362 people died in road crashes as at Friday, December 27. This figure is 58 fewer than the corresponding period last year, representing a 14% decline. The 362 fatalities were as a result of 312 collisions. The number of collisions is 67 fewer than the period in 2023, representing a reduction of 18%. A Jamaican man died in a single vehicle collision in the Cayman Islands in the early hours of Boxing Day Thursday. Dead is 26-year-old airport worker Romario Jacket of Rockford in East Kingston. The Cayman police report that Jacket was driving a Subaru sedan along Shamrock Road shortly after 2 a.m. when the car ran off the road and collided with a tree. Jacket and the other 3 occupants of the car were transported to the Cayman Islands Hospital for treatment, where he was pronounced dead. The injured passengers were hospitalized. In news from the region, with a record high of 614 murders up to Friday, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, is upset that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has not been able to do more to curb the rising rate of crime. According to Dr. Rowley, the situation is unacceptable. In a statement posted on the Office of the Prime Minister's Facebook page on Thursday night, Dr. Rowley said he hoped and had a genuine expectation that national security efforts would have seen a visible reduction in the number of murders and violent crime. To news now on the international scene, Russia's President Vladimir Putin has apologized to the president of the neighboring Azerbaijan over the downing of a commercial airliner in Russian airspace in which 38 people were killed, but stopped short of saying Russia was responsible. In his first comments on the Christmas Day crash, Putin said the tragic incident had occurred when Russian air defense systems were repelling Ukrainian drones. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia must stop spreading disinformation about the strike. The plane is believed to have come under fire from Russian air defense as it tried to land in the Russian region of Chechnya, forcing it to divert across the Caspian Sea. And now to sport. Nitish Kumar Reddy hit a superb first test century to keep India in the 4th test but Australia remain in a strong position at the end of day 3 in Melbourne. Playing in his 4th test and with his father among the Indian fans, the 21-year-old made an unbeaten 105 to drag his side from 191 for 6 to 358 for 9 at the close. He put on 127 in 47 overs for the 8th wicket with Washington Sundar to frustrate Australia after early dismissals of Rishabh Pant for 28 and Jadeja for 17. And now to recap the top stories making the news at noon. PNP Councillor Dennis Gordon has recused himself and has withdrawn from the Building and Town Planning Committee and has resigned from the Finance Committee of the KSAMC in light of building breaches at his company. PNP claims several workers not paid for Christmas work activities. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says road safety must remain a top priority despite the country recording a 14% decline in road fatalities. And in news from the region, rising crime rate in Trinidad and Tobago angers Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. You can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at 5 o'clock.
Have yourself a Color Glow Christmas with EdgeChem Paints, where you could win amazing prizes. Just spend $20,000 or more on EdgeChem products, or
buy 1 5-gallon Color Glow plus low sheen paint to enter. You could win a weekend for 2 at a resort, among other great prizes.
Shop at participating distributors island-wide to enter.
Visit our socials at EdgeChem Jamaica for full rules and details.
Promotion runs November 15 to December 15, 2024.
It's a Color Glow Christmas with EdgeChem Paints. Changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
This is a rebroadcast of the Talk Up Radio Show.
Hey, follow me now, see ya now. Hey, upset.
This is Nikisha Bands.
See ya upset.
Talk Up Radio, a Talk Up Youth production held every Saturday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Talk Up Youth, myself, Talk Up Youth.